Now again, you asked for it, and your host, Jack Smith.
An invasion by monsters from outer space? Or maybe you think we're previewing a few chilling scenes from the latest science fiction movie thriller. Well, actually, you're being extended an exclusive invitation to meet Gus, upon whom depends the survival of future space travelers. Yes, as this magazine points out, Gus is not a man, just 3 letters that stand for Garment Upper Stratosphere. In other words, a spacesuit that will allow humans to reach the moon and the space beyond. Now, the story is a fascinating one we're happy to tell at the request of Jerry Hall of Atlanta, Georgia. Right now, in the pool area of this suburban Los Angeles house, we're the guests of Arrowhead Products of Long Beach, California, manufacturers of this experimental spacesuit.
The suit, a civilian project authorized by the United States Navy, is undergoing extensive testing by company personnel here in Los Angeles, and at the same time by the Navy's exciting new space training unit in San Diego.
The principle of the spacesuit is a simple one. At high altitudes, there's virtually no oxygen and no air pressure, and in outer space, there's none at all. So if a man is to survive in space, he's got to take his own environment with him. Not only does he need oxygen to breathe, he needs air pressure pushing on his lungs and his body to keep his blood circulating, to keep him conscious. And that's where this suit comes in.
But a spacesuit has to protect a man's life at any altitude, including right here at sea level. As these tests show, the suit is buoyant, able to save a flyer who's forced to bail out over water. And this is hardly a practical joke. It's just another experiment to see what happens in the case of a tear or rip in the garment. Will the suit still keep a man afloat even when filled with water? In he goes, cold and waterlogged, but still protected to a great degree by a specially designed undergarment. And most important of all, he still remains afloat. Remember one thing about these spacesuits: a man has to learn to live in them. One mechanical breakdown, one bullet, or one piece of shrapnel, and man is suddenly without the protection of his pressurized cabin. Well, now a quick emptying job on our walking thermos bottle, or maybe I should say the cleanest research engineer in town. Actually, it's good to know that the safety of the space pioneer is of primary importance.
Now, another safety precaution is this safety valve, which works on the same principle as your pressure cooker at home. If the pressure inside builds up over the normal 3.5 pounds per square inch, which is all it takes for a space traveler to exist very nicely, the safety valve blows. Otherwise, the pressure will work against him, immobilize him, and even explode the suit.
And this isn't a scene from I Was an Outer Space Muscle Man. It's just another vital phase of the testing program. A spacesuit must be light and flexible. An airman needs complete mobility to operate a jet or a rocket ship. And when he reaches the moon, he's going to want to move around freely. Yes, jumping rope and playing ball may seem out of character. Still, there's no better way to stress the mobility of a spacesuit. At the North Island Naval Air Base in San Diego, a newly organized space training unit is putting the spacesuit through a rugged evaluation test of its own. The first phase is the altitude chamber checkout. Naval pilots have to familiarize themselves with the behavior of the suit at extreme altitudes, for these are the men who will soon be flying into space. 30,000 feet, time for the safety observer to take his position outside. Just like in a cockpit, the pilot's spacesuit is pressurized automatically with air that in actual performance would be coming from the jet intake. He feels it ballooning up ever so slightly. Gradually, the air is evacuated from the chamber, which can take a man over 100,000 feet up. That's 94% of the way out of the Earth's atmosphere. 60,000 feet. A small balloon inside is already swelling in the rarefied air. And here's how a man feeds himself during a sustained flight into the universe. A vitamin-fortified liquid diet is contained in a plastic bag secured inside the suit, just under the arm. With a pumping arm motion, the pleasant-tasting mixture is forced through a tube that leads into the mouth. And there goes the balloon. The outside air pressure is now negligible. Up over 100,000 feet he goes, the top of his run. For the pilot, mobility is now a big question mark. The specifications of this all-nylon and neoprene spacesuit are still classified information, but these tests prove the maneuverability of the fabric and the various joints. A second phase of spacesuit indoctrination. Can a pilot eject himself safely while wearing a spacesuit? A special ejection seat trainer is primed with a powder charge as the pilot prepares to go through the vitally important pre-ejection procedure. Step 1, pull back the throttle. Step 2, trip your emergency oxygen supply for the long trip down. Step 3, pull your pre-ejection lever to jettison your canopy. The last step is automatic. Just pull down on the face curtain and off you go to fly again another day. And still there's another evaluation to be made. Can a man escape from his cockpit should he be forced down into the water? Well, to find the answers, the crack Navy pressure suit unit has to face the fearsome Dilbert Dunker, allow himself to be harnessed into a simulated cockpit with its webs of buckles and straps. Once again, each test is subject to analysis by top experts. It's always a tense moment, particularly when you're facing an underwater trap with a spacesuit you're still not too familiar with. Ahead, a 45-degree plunge into the water upside down. Visor down, oxygen on, and thumbs up. Now the battle to fight free of the parachute harness. Make sure not to tangle the lines or snag the suit. Now kick down and swim away. Yes, another successful test to bolster the Navy's stake in future space travel.
Well, there you have it. Another rugged day of backyard research. Yes, Arrowhead Products and the United States Navy Bureau of Aeronautics are going all out to provide mankind with the very latest fashions of space travel. Fashions of safety and comfort that will no doubt be the rage on the moon and points beyond in the very near future. You asked for it.